All right, we're going to continue with our media availabilities here at Daytona International Speedway. We are now joined by a representative from the 82nd Airborne Division All-American Chorus. We have Sergeant Oscar Roldan here with us. First of all, we are so appreciative that all of you are going to stick around until tomorrow to sing the national anthem for the Great American Race. How excited are you guys all to perform the national anthem tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. You know, this is it's like the biggest race of the year, you know, and especially for some of us. I know I grew up watching NASCAR with my grandparents. They were huge fans. So to go from that as a kid to, you know, being here in the pit and singing, like, it's just so cool.
That's awesome. We're going to open up to questions. If you raise your hand, we'll get a wireless microphone for you. Jake, right up here. Start with Justin.
Justin Schuler, Kicking the Tires. When you hear that the Daytona 500 is the Super Bowl of NASCAR, does that kind of add a little bit more nerves to singing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, right? And for some of us, like I said myself, I've been a lifetime NASCAR fan. I knew that coming in. So when I heard we were getting the Daytona 500, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's kind of big. But you know, it's like anything we do. It's part of the mission. And I think, you know, it's similar to jumping out of a plane, right? At a certain point, you just do what you were trained for.
Additional questions for Sergeant Roldan? Go over here to Terry. I thought they were going to let you off too easy there.
I know. I was like, oh, okay, guys.
No. Terry Saveston with WNDB, the flagship station for the Motor Racing Network, also a U.S. Air Force veteran. Tell us a little about your military career and the process of what you've gone through to get here.
Yeah, so I came in as a logistics specialist. After that, I went to airborne school. You know, did my jumps there, became airborne qualified, reported to the 82nd Airborne, and after I came back from a rotation in Poland, I heard about this opportunity with the chorus, and I went for it. You know, it's kind of crazy, but I've always liked to sing, so I think it was one of those things that's kind of special. Everybody that I work with is a 3-time volunteer, right? They volunteered for the Army, they volunteered for airborne school, and then they volunteered for the chorus, right? This is an additional duty. But we're so excited and so grateful that we get to do it. You know, it's a lot of opportunities that a lot of soldiers don't get, and we're not blind to that at all. You know, so we're very grateful for what we get to do, and it's good for us to be able to put a face on, you know, the 19,000 paratroopers of the division and kind of show that human side of who we are and what we do. Absolutely.
Go over here to your left.
Kenneth Bueno, Kaplan News at FIU. Do you sort of reset mentally now that the race is being postponed to tomorrow afternoon? Were you kind of mentally prepared today and thinking, all right, I'm going to perform the national anthem, now you have to sort of reset for tomorrow's race?
Sure. Well, and it's interesting, right? This is, interestingly enough, a part of our culture, right? You show up for a jump, it may get scratched. And you show up for a movement, it may not happen that day. The one thing that makes the 82nd Airborne so special is that at any time, anywhere, we are ready to be anywhere in the world in 18 hours, right? So I think that being part of our culture, sure, we were excited to perform today, and we're just as excited to perform tomorrow, and we're just as ready tomorrow as we were today.
Hi there, Danielle Anderson, Flago News Weekly.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you study chorus in school, and how important do you think arts education is for our students?
Yeah, so I did not study chorus in school. I was in theater. You know, I did some theater stuff in high school. I think arts is very important. You know, it's very important to be well-rounded. Just like it's very important to be a well-rounded soldier, right? You can't have one task that you're good at. You have to be good at a couple things. So I think when we look at, and this is just a personal view, obviously, when we look at education, sure, it's great to be physically fit. It's great to have some arts education. It's good to be versed in STEM. I mean, it's just the blended education, I think, is where you need to be headed, I guess.
Come up here to Bruce.
You talked about how certain missions get scratched because of the weather. Would
Sure.
today's weather have scratched a jump?
It certainly could. Yeah, looking at so there's a couple of different factors that we look at when we jump out, right? It could be the ceiling, it could be the wind speed. Obviously, in certain storms, like, right, if there's a hurricane, we're not going. Not yet, right? But it's always one of those things, like, we are standing by, ready, because if that window opens, and in the context of a real world mission, if that window opens, we need to be ready to go just then and there. And like I said, that's part of what makes the division that I'm a part of so special.
All right. Well, Sergeant Roldan, we're so glad you guys were here to join us today, and we can't wait to hear you sing the national anthem tomorrow.
Yeah, we're so thrilled to be here. Thank you for having us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. Sound check. Are you all good? Just a quick update regarding some pre-race festivities. We will have Pitbull coming in a little bit later, but the concert, due to scheduling difficulties, will not take place this year. However, Pitbull has agreed to come back next year. So he is already scheduled for 2025. as everyone can see, we are joined by our scheduled honorary starter, Grammy Award-winning artist DJ Khaled. Unfortunately, the schedule doesn't work out for him to stick around tomorrow, but he's still agreed to join us because he's been here having a lot of fun this weekend. You have combined all the best fun. You've been here with Wendy's, mini golf, biggie bags, NASCAR. What has your time here at Daytona been like so far?
I mean, I'm having a beautiful time. I'm a Florida boy. You know what I'm saying? I live in Miami for over 30 years, but I used to live in Orlando, so I used to come to Daytona a lot. Was blessed to come out here for spring break and the Daytona 500. And just, to represent Florida is always beautiful, but it's beautiful today and this whole festivity throughout the weekend. And now leading into Monday for the race, it's just incredible to see all the icons that fly in for this, but more importantly, the people, the family, the kids, you know what I'm saying, that get to watch this beautiful race.
So I know you're not going to get to wave the green flag officially, but did you practice at all before you came?
Yes, so, I've been practicing to wave the green flag, you know what I'm saying, today we were supposed to do it, but I'm going to still be waving the flag of love, you know what I'm saying, and that's what's going to happen here tomorrow. It's going to be nothing but greatness.
Awesome. We're going to open it up to questions. If you have a question for DJ Khaled, please raise your hand and we'll get a wireless microphone to you. We'll start over there with Jeff on the far side.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm Jeff Gluck from The Athletic. I was wondering about, when you make a beat, right? Do you have somebody specific in mind you're making it for? Or are you making a bunch of, things and then you kind of, shop it around to your friends or see what they want? How does that work?
Well, for me, when I make my albums, I always start with the production first. So it's me making the music or me collaborating with other great producers, and we collaborate and we sit there. But I have a sound that I want to put out for each album. So I start with a sound and just an energy and a feeling that, God willing, it touches your soul and motivates you and, give you this anthem feel, but at the same time, this feel from the soil. So I always start with production first, and then I think about what artists I would love to be on the record. But mainly, it's about the impact, you know what I'm saying, the impact of the music. And then when you get the artist, you pray for the impact to grow even farther. Shout out to Cedric Hollywood in the building. Said, what's up, brother? This is I used to work at 99 Jams, and he was my boss, the program director, you know what I'm saying, at 99 Jams. So it was great to see him. And he used to be at 102 Jams in Orlando, you know what I'm saying? You don't age, Cedric, you know that, right? You do not age.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Love.
Go to Kenneth, and then we have another question on the left, too.
Kenneth Bueno, Kaplan News at FIU. I don't know if it was a coincidence at all, but between you, Pitbull, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson being here for the 500, it seems like all of that had a connection with South Florida. I mean, The Rock was a former athlete. Pitbull, of course, is known as Mr. 305, and you have been one of the big part of Miami in general, just as a celebrity. So what does that mean to sort of have that congregation of Miami representation at one of America's biggest races?
I mean, it's beautiful, man. It's to represent Florida as a whole is unbelievable. And, The Rock and Pitbull, Mr. 305, that's my brother. Big up all the Latinos out there. And The Rock, the legendary Rock. So it's incredible to see us all come together for the Daytona 500. But also, like you said, to represent Florida is beautiful.
We have another question on the left over here, and then we'll go to Chris.
Dylan Spalding from Auto Racing Digest. DJ, I just over here. Sorry. You're good. Just wanted to ask, seeing an influx of celebrities coming into the sport in the NASCAR, would you ever consider maybe being a team owner, maybe partial team owner, or whether even be a full teamer? I know Pitbull's also a team owner as well.
Absolutely. I would love to be a team owner, hopefully to have a We the Best car one day. Shout out to Wendy's for bringing me out here today. Just to see all the greats, man. Look at Michael Jordan, the beautiful things that he's doing, and all the other great owners, team owners. So one day, God willing, I would have a We the Best car out there bringing home a trophy.
We're going to come over here behind me, actually, to Chris.
Hey, Chris Gollin with WNDB, right over here to your right. So I apologize if someone got this while I was on the air, but I'm curious, is this your first time coming to a NASCAR race? And have you talked to any of the drivers in the garage, and do you feel like you have any strong picks for tomorrow in the 500?
I mean, it's not my first time. I came here a long time ago when I was a kid, So I didn't know the name of the drivers and the cars, but as a kid, as a just loving cars and racing and life. So as a kid, I came here when I was young, but now in my fan, I want everybody, and I said this earlier, I want all of us to win. You know, I think we won already to make it to this race and this Daytona 500. I feel like everybody's a winner, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And who comes victorious on the race day? Congratulations. Do I have a favorite? I'm representing Wendy's Biggie Bag right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's my favorite, that I get a chocolate frosty, a Biggie Bag, French fries, a double stack, you know what I'm saying, nuggets, all that. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying? Reward yourself. Treat yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, DJ.
Thank you, brother.
Now I'm hungry. We're going to go right down here. Jake will sneak over to you.
Hi, Alyssa, 103.3 The Vibe, representing local radio in Daytona Beach. DJ Khaled, it's an honor. I just wanted to ask you, what has been your favorite part in the past few days? Because I know this isn't just the first time that you're here. So
I mean, my favorite part in the past few days, but every day for me is just being with my family. I brought my family out here, my two beautiful boys, my wife, and we just been enjoying in Orlando and Daytona. Just being with the kids and seeing them laugh and smile and have a good time, and also letting them know Daddy is, you know, doing beautiful things, and I want them to be inspired and motivated to work hard like Mommy and Daddy. So that's what it's about for me, it's family. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy every second of it, and I thank God for it.
and do you have a favorite hype song yourself to get going for such a race as today?
Yeah, I got a few. Obviously, All I Do Is Win, you know what I'm saying? You know, a race day like this, you got to have All I Do Is Win ringing off. But I listen to all different type of music. Right now, I'm listening to Bob Marley. I listen to Bob Marley all the time. And something I pulled up here today driving to is One Love. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about, one love. And just all of us coming together in unity and love. That's what I'm about, and that's what I'm vibing to.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
I think we had a question in the far right corner. Bob, we have a microphone coming to you.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. How's business?
Oh, business is booming, and yes, I have 2 Drake records. I know all y'all keep asking about my Drake records. Yes, I have one in the can, mixed master, ready to go upon them head. You know what I'm saying? Either the face or the dome, it's coming. Another one.
I think we have another question in the back.
Oh, no. Jamie, you see the work.
We're from the 82nd Airborne Chorus. We would have loved to have you on stage with us tomorrow to sing the national anthem. Yeah, because we just wanted you to say another one just before we started. But you just did. Thank you very much.
All
just
love.
for your presence here.
Thank you.
And again, we're all one. One love.
One love, baby.
All right.
Another one. Another one.
Do we have any additional questions for DJ Khaled? All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We're sorry you can't stay till tomorrow, but we're really glad you were here today.
I appreciate the love, and thank y'all for being out here. I know it's raining. Y'all showing up is a beautiful thing, and that's what it's about, showing up every day. Love. What's good, man?
us. We're not allowed to. How many we got? Enough?
We've got enough for everybody.
Oh, wow.
You ain't going empty.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Check it out.
We'll just have you guys slide down a little bit. So.
Slide down.
All right. Our next group up here, we are starting a new tradition here at Daytona International Speedway. As many of you know, the Daytona 500 is the biggest race in NASCAR, but we also host several of the other biggest races in motorsports across multiple disciplines. So each year we are now going to bring back some of the champions from some of those other forms of motorsports here for the Daytona 500. Joining us here today, we have two of the members of Team Penske who won the 2024 Rolex 24 just a couple of weeks ago. We have Felipe Nasser and Dane Cameron. We have last year's King of the Baggers champions, James Rispoli and Kyle Wyman. And we have last year's Daytona Short Track champions, Cody Kopp and Dallas Daniels. Guys, first of all, welcome back here. I know some of you guys are going to see in a couple of weeks here also as part of Bike Week. I just want to go down the line and have each of you tell us maybe what your favorite experience has been here at Daytona.
Oh, well, I could start then.
No pressure, Felipe.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to be back here. Just not long ago, we were here celebrating the 24 Hours of Daytona victory together with Dane and the whole number 7 crew in the Porsche Penske Motorsport team. It was just incredible to see the event was full, and just the way the race ended, to me, it's going to be, I would say, forever a memory, just because he really got down to the very final minutes of the race. It's incredible to think in a 24-hour race, you go at the very end fighting for victory. So it was incredible. This place holds a special place to me in many ways, because it was the very first time I came to experience sports car racing, and when I was probably 18 at the time, and I always dreamed about winning this race overall one day, and finally getting done this year was just, incredible to see everything coming together. So here I am today, and it was just a shame I won't get to see the race happening today, but looking forward to what is to see tomorrow in the race.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely the best memory would be finally achieving victory in this 24-hour race. It was really unpleasant having to watch the end of it. Felipe was in the car, so I can tell you it's not a great experience to be on the sidelines. You'd rather have the wheel in your hands. So, but yeah, same as Felipe. This is where I started a journey for sports cars in winter of 2008. So it's taken me until now to come back a winner at this place. So it's such a special motorsports place for all of us, in all of our disciplines, and it's a really great tradition. So big thank you to the Speedway for having us all out, and it's pretty exciting now to do that, to get to come back and be a spectator, have a bit of fun. Again, shame the race is not on, a bit of a disappointment, but for all of us. But yeah, super cool, such a special place, and really happy to be back here. A winner is a little more relaxing coming back every year, knowing you've achieved something, and you can definitely relax a little bit more. So yeah, really happy.
Awesome. And then James and Kyle, you guys represent motorcycles on the big track here. What's it been like for you?
For me, it's been awesome. Coming back to Daytona once again, I'm super stoked to see the 500 tomorrow. A little bummed as well. Our races are a little bit shorter than yours, but it was really, really cool to win last year. Last time I was in 2011, so it's been a long time. But having kind of a crazy moment, I had turned 6, and then to be able to win Daytona was super, just good for me, and it felt really cool. This place got so much nostalgia, and it's really, really cool. So happy to be here, and it's going to be an intense.
Yeah, Daytona's always been really special for all of us, but for me, coming to Bike Week since I was a really little kid with my parents coming down to drag race in Gainesville, and then coming and racing the amateur flat track when we had the spring kind of Florida Nationals down here, and all the way till road racing, and got my first win here in 2011 on the XR 1200 Sportsters, and now to be racing for Harley Davidson and have this opportunity is phenomenal. And thanks to Frank, and thanks to the whole Speedway for having us out here and trying to kind of bring this all together as with all the Daytona champions. And I'm a huge fan of
what these guys do as well in the Rolex. I'm glued to the TV as much as I can keep my eyes open for, and of course background in flat track. Cool to have these guys here as well. So truly an honor to be up here.
And Cody and Dallas, you guys represent the short track outside there.
Yeah, so last year was my first time racing at Daytona. I was pretty young, just getting to watch Dad race here for a lot of his career, and yeah, it was just cool to come out and get my first 2 wins of the year here last year. It's an awesome facility, and super excited to be here this weekend to get to have this experience with these boys up here. It's pretty special and something I'll never forget for sure, so huge thanks to everybody for letting us do this.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. Like all these guys, I've been coming to Daytona since I was a little kid, watching the 200 and the Supercross and the 24-hour. And I think Daytona is just one of those places that it doesn't matter what series it is. It's like one of the biggest races of the year. And so to win that for me was just an honor, just watching my heroes win and being able to win both. And, you know, for us, like flat track is like small fish in a big pond, right? Like we're kind of just like trying to make our way. And it's super cool to be up here. Big thanks to everybody for letting us come up here and, you know, be a part of the big dogs. And, you know, it's an honor to be able to do that. I think our sport's cool in its own way, and to win at Daytona is cool no matter what series you're a part of. So I'm very thankful.
Awesome. We'll open up to questions for our champions. If you raise your hand, we'll get a wireless mic. We'll start here with Bruce, and then we'll go back to Kenneth.
This is for Philippe and Dane. When you think of the names that are at Team Penske's other teams, you got NASCAR Cup Series champion, you got the Indy 500 winner, you got all these great names all across every level of motorsports. To be a part of that collection, how important is that for you guys?
Well, I feel very honored to be representing Team Penske and Porsche. It's just 2 legendary names in the sport, and I couldn't think of a better way of really making, you know, this win possible. I could see how big of a deal it was for everybody. Not only for me personally, but I could see every single member in the team celebrating. I could see on Roger's face his smile, Team Cindric, and all of our sponsors that were present. It was just incredible. And I truly believe it's only the beginning of this journey. It's great to see Team Penske united with Porsche again in sports car racing. And I believe it's a prime time for sports car racing with all the several manufacturers we have on board. The IMSA series, so there's more to come, but like I said, I feel privileged to be in this position. I think Dane has been a bit longer with Team Penske, and he knew, you know, most of the guys already, and for me it was kind of something new, but it's special, I can tell you that, and it just feels like I want to do more for them for sure.
Yeah, so for me, I've been with Team Penske for, I guess this is 6 years or something now, so yeah, it's quite an honor to drive for Mr. Penske, and to bring big results like this to him is obviously what everyone expects, you know, not just for Roger, but from the outside as well. To win in the biggest moments for sure is kind of what's expected. And we missed on the last project that I did with him. We won the championship, which was great, and a lot of races, but these big races kind of got away from us. So to bring that to him, it means a lot to build a new project and to deliver success. You know, I think he's earned his ability to give his word to these manufacturers and these partners that he can deliver for sure. So I think he gets a lot of great satisfaction out of that, and it's super special to be a part of that. And yeah, put your name alongside some of the greats that have driven for him and brought great things and really created this history of success that he has. It's hugely special to be a part of that.
Is your money on the 22, the 12, or the 2?
Ooh. I'll go for Austin again.
We go to Kenneth in the back there.
Difficult to get a pick, really, but I would say Joey now. Since he's on pole, I'll pick Joey.
Kenneth Bueno, Kaplan News at FIU. First of all, congratulations to all of you. I know it must be really special to win at a track as prestigious as this. Question for Felipe and Dane. Talk about, again, the prestige of Team Penske that you guys were able to get that win in the Rolex 24 for the first time in over 50 years for the team. Talk about the NASCAR side of things over this weekend. What has that been like to get in contact? Have you been in touch with any of the Team Penske drivers and teammates, and what have you guys been talking about with them? What's that experience been like?
Yeah, sure. I was excited when we got the invitation to come by. Just want to thank everybody for making this possible. And yeah, we briefly had the chance this morning to get together with the drivers and Roger himself, and just to get a feel of what goes on the preparation side and what they expect of the race. So they seem to be pretty confident on the package they have, and it's good racing, man. It's for sure. I love watching the races, NASCAR especially, and I've seen these races, from home a couple of times, and it's just a shame we're here today. Ain't gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure the team is, is capable, and we've seen that last year with Austin bringing the victory home. So, excited to what they can achieve.
Yeah, it's well, I guess just to add a little bit more. We only saw them briefly, and I know them a bit from the time in the shop, and I don't live far, so I see some of the guys back and forth, and it's obviously a very different operation from what we do. So it's kind of cool to see the differences, and they're interested as well, and the messages of support from them after our race was really cool to see, and it's a fun part about being in a team that's this big, obviously the IndyCar side as well. So. It's fun to always see the guys, and to support each other for sure is cool, and wish them the best of luck for tomorrow.
Going to go to Liam in the back.
Hello, Liam O'Hare, Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University. Next Gen Car has been part of NASCAR for the last 3 years now, and with it has come a lot of international attention from drivers from many disciplines making their one-offs in NASCAR. Have any of you considered doing a one-off in the sport?
You ain't talking to me.
I'll do it. I mean,
not scared.
It was actually one of the topics in the bus today, like when we met all the guys. Like
everybody wants to have
every
a go now
every
after
driver
Shane.
wants to drive something different, Like it could start being a thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who competes, for sure, for us as car guys, but I'm sure the bike guys aren't scared either to have a go.
I think it would be super cool to do that, maybe away from all the other drivers, but I think it'd be really fun.
When we invite the champions next time, we want to do a car swap or a bike swap. Maybe we'll organize that.
Any further questions for our champions? Go right over there, Dylan.
Dylan Spalding for Auto Racing Digest. This question is for Felipe and Dane. Not only is Penske on the front row, but also Michael McDowell's on the front row. And both of you guys have extensive connections with him. Dane, your father raced with Michael, and Felipe, you got a chance to teammate with him. So how special has it been to see his growth in the sport, and to be able to see him at the front of this field heading into tomorrow?
That's a great point right there, because when I firstly came to Daytona to do my first ever Daytona 24, Michael McDowell was my teammate then, and I remember just seeing his dedication to one day being a Cup driver, and finally, seeing him up there and fighting for the big races. I think he's won this race already. It's just great, man. It's just great to see, his evolution and how professional he got into the sport, and here I am, it's great to think that was 2012, so that's quite a while ago, and we're there. We're in the history books now, and we just want to keep going.
Yeah, I think it was 2004, maybe 2005. I think my dad was his race engineer actually when he was in single seaters. One of his last years full time in single seaters, and they won a championship together. So I've known Michael since about then. When I was just still karting, just getting to race cars, and then they worked together in a sports car program in Grand Am. So again, that him being around in that program that my dad engineered was my first exposure really to sports car racing at that time, and to Daytona 24 Hours. So yeah, his kind of history with my family and the teams that they were running kind of led me to open my eyes really to sports cars, and end up switching from single seaters to be here. And yeah, I'm super happy for Michael. He's really done a great job, and really kind of had to grind away at it to be here. So I was super happy to see him have that success here in the 500. He sent me a nice message after the race as well. So great guy, great friend, and super happy to see him running up front where he deserves. He's a big talent for sure.
We're going to wrap up over here on the right with Terry.
Terry Sabiston, WNDB flagship station for the Motor Racing Network, cover all kinds of racing here at Daytona. But you're Daytona winners, and that's something special. And what's been after you've won, the moment where you went, wow, I'm a Daytona winner? And to put that in perspective, my brother was a crew chief here in 1983 in Daytona Dash Series, and he won here at Daytona. and that's a special thing that we hold on to. But what's that moment where, after it was all over with, you went, wow, I'm a Daytona winner?
Cody and Dallas, let's start down there with you guys.
Yeah, I think it's just, for me, it goes back to being a little kid, right? Like coming here and watching the guys race over at the flat track and then ultimately inside the Speedway at the TT, and just, I don't know. I think it doesn't really take a while to kick in. It's like as soon as it happens, you're here at Daytona, the lights, the fireworks, the fans, like it's just electric. And like I said before, it doesn't matter if you're road racing, car racing, flat track, anything. It's just it's different here. Like when you win here and when you do it, you feel it immediately, and it's not a feeling you can describe unless you were part of it or you did it. And so for me, it was just as soon as it happened, just being here in Daytona. And like I said, for me, it's the history of watching my heroes win here. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of these guys. And it's just something you dream about. And when it happens, it's a feeling you can't describe for sure.
Yeah, I think for me it was it took a day or so as we dealt with weather as well for our 2-day race we had here last year. And yeah, I mean, after got 2 wins in a row here to start the year, it was kind of sunk in a little bit because Dad's done the same. He's won here as well, so it was kind of cool to get to do that in his kind of footsteps. And it's just it's a big stadium vibe, you know, like a lot of different people that come through, and just a big atmosphere that's fun to be a part of and get to write your name down with them.
Yeah, for me, it's for sure the win for me was winning the 2019 Daytona 200 was something that, you know, to just have your name on a list of people that you've looked up to and your heroes, you know, it's pretty special to be a part of that. And, you know, once you kind of realize that nobody can ever take that away from you, it really starts to sink in. And now these days, racing for Factory Harley, you know, when you think about Bike Week in Daytona, you think about Harley Davidson. You know, so to be kind of at the spearhead of that program now with this new bagger series that's taken off so wildly is special as well. And I think there's a lot more really cool moments ahead at Daytona for all of us.
Yeah, just to compliment Kyle on that, I think everything he said is pretty true and right there. For me, it's a little bit more simple. You know, like being on the banking of Daytona is crazy, where you have so many different disciplines that run up there. And I feel like anytime I go to the line where I've won, it's no matter what, you could have a lead, couldn't, you always feel like, ooh, is somebody going to come by? Am I going to break? Like, it's such a long run on a motorcycle. So just after you cross the start-finish line, that cool-down lap feels so good, and you're just like relief that, hey, we got through it, we did it. And for motorsports, for us, it's a start. So you're leading the championship. So for us, it's always good.
Yeah, I think it was cool. You know, at Team Penske, they always do a little happy hour thing in the workshop afterwards. So to do that and have all the people in the building across all the disciplines as well, not just our boys on the sports car side, but, you know, again, I've been there for a number of years now, so have friends across, you know, the NASCAR side, IndyCar side, everything. So just to see all those guys, and we have the trophies there, replaying part of the race, you know, all the other drivers come in and talk, and that's a really cool moment to share that with the whole building. You know, the 500 people at Team Penske that was an awesome moment.
Yeah, I think by the time I crossed the finish line, you know, it was just the full emotion of knowing where I was and getting the win. And by the time we came, you know, on the way to victory lane and seeing the whole team climbing the car, the drivers, then you notice that you've done it. You know, it's that moment that stays, and I just see the face expression, smiles of everybody, and jumping around. That was so cool. It makes me feel like I want to do it again.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Congratulations on all you've achieved here, and hopefully we get you back up here again next year. right, we're going to continue with our media availabilities here. We are now joined by Grammy Award-winning superstar and Trackhouse Racing co-owner Armando Christian Perez, also known as Pitbull. Armando, we just announced a little bit ago that unfortunately we're not able to do the concert this year. However, you did agree to come back next year in 2025. So we're really excited to announce that this year and have a whole year to plan for it. I'll just turn it over to you to open it up and talk about what this all means to you. And I also think you have some new music that dropped this week.
Well, first of all, we can start off by saying, yeah, it's good to be here. And even if it's raining, it don't matter. We're going to bring the light regardless. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's always an honor and a blessing to be out here. And I'm always excited to be a part of the NASCAR and Trackhouse family. So one way or another, we're going to make the best of it. No problems, just solutions. That's it.
You want to talk a little bit about your new music?
New music, that's right. You did tell me about that. I forgot. My bad. As far as that, with the new album, it's an EP actually. It's only 7 records. It's called Trackhouse Daytona 500. What I'm looking to do every year is put out Trackhouse albums with NASCAR, whether it be around the Homestead race, this one being Daytona 500, maybe Talladega next year, things of that nature, just be putting them out. And the reason that I really wanted to get this one out is because a dear friend of mine who's given me amazing advice, a mentor to me, and someone that I had a lot of fun with was Jimmy Buffett. May he rest in paradise. And we have a song on there called Thank God and Jimmy Buffett. So I'll tell y'all that story another day. But either or, I wanted to get it out and celebrate him, his life, and everything that he meant to the world, and especially to me, someone that, again, just gave me great advice and lived. He lived life didn't live him. You know, and I admire that about him. And I also got a record with Dolly Parton on there, which is an honor. And when I got on the phone with Dolly Parton, it was funny because she said, is this my future boyfriend that stood me up on my first phone call? I said, this is the kind of woman I want to make a record with, definitely. So that's a blessing. I got a record with Tim McGraw as well. That's an honor. So, and Nile Rodgers with Good Times. So it's something fun for the fans, something fun for the sport, and more than anything, something fun for the world and a way to bring them in to the sport as well. So one time for NASCAR, one time for Trackhouse, and feels good to be in Daytona 500. I'm going to tell you why. Because we were in Kansas City last night. God bless Kansas City. But it was cold in the mother. You already know.
All right, we're going to open it up to questions for Pitbull. We will start right over here on the far right with Cedric. We're going to get the microphone up to you.
Say it, it's you.
Right behind you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Cedric Hollywood representing Old School 101, formerly 99 Jams, and yeah, we got history. So
a lot of history.
But I want to ask you a really important question. Stephanie stole my thunder because I wanted to talk about your music. So let me see if I can find a question that's relevant to what I wanted to say.
You got it.
How did you get Tim McGraw to agree to be on this EP?
That's a good question. Tim is somebody that I admire for many, many years. And not only obviously has amazing music, but for him as a person. And obviously you've seen the transformation of Tim McGraw within the last decade, I would say. And I was there to watch it when it first started, and we had that conversation, and I thought that it was amazing when someone immersed themselves on what their new journey is going to be. Now, as he transformed as a human being, literally, we had a conversation about the Bahamas, and they had an island down in the Bahamas, and one of the Bahamian folks told me, yeah, you know, he used to party back there, man, in a tent. So when I ran into him, I said, hey, man, congratulations on the house on the island. I heard y'all had a lot of fun on the tent. He said, man, if I known that house was going to cost me, I won't even say the number. What it was cost me, man, I would have stayed partying in that tent. So that's how we really broke the ice together, had a lot of, because we love the Bahamas. And then from there, I ran into him at a concert, and I said, man, it'd be an honor to be able to remake this record. He said, knock yourself out. Matter of fact, you want to jump on stage right now and do it? So he pulled my card. I didn't jump on stage, to be honest. I wasn't ready for that opportunity. But making records with people that you really create a bond with, and we used to say in Miami, real recognize real. And when people work that hard to get to that level, y'all admire each other's struggle, hustle, sacrifice, and grind. And that is why it's an honor to do a record with Tim McGraw and how we got there in the first place. Yes, sir. I like it. I love it.
going to go up here in the front to Bruce.
3 years ago, you were a team here that wasn't, didn't have a charter, didn't have any guarantees that you were going to even be in the races. Now you're like one of the mega teams of the series. And also this year you're taking on MotoGP. So when you think of how far Trackhouse has come in those 3 years, how do you describe that?
I just said it, real recognize real. When we got with the team with Ty, Justin, Daniel, now, you have Ross, you have Zane, you have the motorsport at this point. Underdogs, one thing we love is a challenge. We love when people tell us no, don't, won't, never, will, happen, crazy, stupid, impossible. Those are words that fuel us. And when you take those words and you flip them, let's say can't, and the word can't is can, and the word don't is do, and the word won't is one, and the word impossible is possible. And if you really put it together and just put a little apostrophe between I am and possible, it's I'm possible, right? So when you bring that mentality to a whole sport who is hungry to feed the world and teach different communities, different cultures that, hey, there's opportunities here, then you're in the ultimate world of do good and be well. So for Trackhouse to be underdogs, that was a beautiful thing in the beginning. But we'll forever be underdogs, and that's why we'll fight the way that we fight, and we'll continue to build the way that we build, and continue to inspire and motivate others out there. Because coming from, my community, our culture, and most of the world, to be honest with you, if there's one thing the world loves, is underdogs. And it's a blessing to be where we're at, but it's just the beginning. So thank you, Trackhouse, for the opportunity, and for me, it's an honor to be able to represent Trackhouse, the organization, and all of NASCAR around the world the way that we do. My pleasure.
We're going to go to Kenneth, and then we're going to wrap up with Justin before we have a special presentation.
Uh-oh.
Kenneth, Bueno Kaplan News at FIU. Pitbull, of course. I asked this to, over here.
Oh, thank you, man. There you go.
Asked this to DJ Khaled. And as a Miami native, of course, you three, you, DJ Khaled, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson all sort of had that connection to South Florida, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
I remember you and Cedric talking at Homestead last year, that connection, and just talking about being back in your home state, in your home city and home racetrack in a way. What's that like to bring that Miami representation, bring that flair, bring that vibrantness of Miami to a track like Daytona, to a race like the 500?
Look, let me tell you, to be a Miami boy is to be an underdog, like I said before. You always got a chip on your shoulder. Because no matter how hard you put in that work, no matter what level you get to, they always somehow, some way, discard all of that and then try to knock you down. So if you look at The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, look what he's done with his career. Obviously, he was over at the UNM, and then if you see his journey on what it was to go from a football player to transform to a wrestler transform to an actor, and now becoming an owner. And whether it be his tequila, whether it be in football at this point as well, that's that underdog mentality. Khaled, he was a DJ, underground DJ, and that's how we all grew up. So even when you look at Uncle Luke the Camera from Two Live Crew, he was an underground DJ. That's why me and Sed have so much history, because it's underdogs helping underdogs always. And when nobody believed in us, it's only certain people that go, watch out for that one. I'm trying to tell you. It's like betting on the long run. And therefore, we have a saying in Spanish, which is, I got to say in Spanish in order to get it in English. Hold on. Paso corto, vista larga. Short steps, long vision. That's what The Rock is about. That's what DJ Khaled is about. That's what I'm about. That's what Trackhouse is about. And at this point, that's what NASCAR is about. And the reason that, I'm kind of jumping train tracks at this point, but with NASCAR, one of the main reasons that I got involved, because for me, it's one of the ultimate American stories of a negative to a positive. I'm a negative to a positive. Rock is a negative to a positive. Khaled is a negative to a positive. And for us to be able to be here, and it could be rained out, but we're still going to make history. We still, one way or another, going to get the word out and create awareness for Daytona 500, whether the race happens today or tomorrow. It's history in the making. Look at that. Who would have ever thought The Rock, Khaled, and Pitt at Daytona 500? Yeah! If you think it's a game, play with it.
We'll wrap up with Justin.
Justin Schuler, Kicking the Tires. Bruce kind of asked this question, but I'll ask it kind of differently. What have you learned over the last 3 years working with Trackhouse? And for the next 3 years, what would be your goals as a team owner to see Ross and Daniel achieve?
Look, obviously, there's so many goals to be able to achieve, but I feel like we've already achieved and made history to this point, right? But it's just the beginning, always. That's the mentality. You continue to fight as that underdog, like I said before. What have I learned from Trackhouse? Trackhouse is one of the most phenomenal organizations. I don't say this to blow smoke up anybody's ass. This is the truth. Trackhouse is one of the most phenomenal organizations that I've been involved with, partners, solid, punctual, accountable, reliable, everything that you look for in a team, and that's why I feel that we are where we're at. What I've learned from them is to be able to apply how I watch how they move, I study, analyze how they deal with each other, and then I apply it to our team as well and what we got going on. And that, to me, is what a partnership is all about, is how do we make each other better? How do we learn from each other? I don't ever want to be in a room with a bunch of know-it-alls in no way, shape, or form. I want to be, and mind you, like they say, if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. And the biggest room in the world, by the way, is room for improvement. So when you see a team that's constantly just trying to improve, trying to challenge themselves, trying to take it to the next level, that's what it's all about. And that, to me, it's an honor to be around. It's an honor to be a part of it. But as a fan first, I'm a fan first of anything that I do. When it comes to music, I'm a fan first. When it comes to NASCAR Trackhouse, I'm a fan first. I love to learn. And that, to me, is what makes it exciting all the time, just being around it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Pitbull. We're going to bring
my
up
pleasure. Thank you.
We're going to bring up our track president, Frank Kelleher, for a special presentation for you.
Pitbull.
Frank, let's do it.
I'm going to speak for everyone here about you all, but those some pretty motivational and powerful words. I think everyone in this room can feel your energy and for sure feel your passion, and we are grateful for you being here. So on behalf of the France family and the entire staff of Daytona International Speedway, we were thrilled that you said yes to be our pre-race performer, and it is customary that we present a custom gift. So this is a one-of-one custom-built leather jacket for you with Daytona 500 logo on it. And I want to show you something that I think is the best part of it. Get a peek on the inside here. That's right. Let's go. So,
That's right.
Pitbull,
put this on,
this
man.
is for you. Let's try it out.
All right.
How's the fit?
I got you. There we go. Woo! That's right.
Looking good.
One of your drivers has got to win now.
And we get there, dog. Step by step. I love it, man. Thank you very much.
So, Pitbull, we had a lot of excitement for you today to perform, and because of the weather that we could not do it. So, I would like to formally ask your availability to perform the pre-race show next year for the 2025 Daytona 500. You want to check your calendar?
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, old school, no contract, no nothing, just handshake. Eye to eye, face to face.
Let's go.
Mano a mano, baby.
Let's go.
I will be here 225.
All right.
Or 2025.
2025. Let's do it. Well, thank you. Thank you, Pitbull. We look forward to seeing you burn it down on stage next year. Best of luck to you and your team on the track tomorrow. And thank you again for all your support.
Hey, every year I have a goal that I put out there for everybody to know. So 2024 is 2020 flow. All right, that's what 2024 is, right? All right, cool, we got that. 2025, since we're talking about it, just came to my mind. 2025 is all the way live. And that's how we're going to do it in Daytona 500, 2025, baby.
2025, Daytona 500.
Yay! Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it, man.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
One of one. One of one.
We'll get a new number on a gift next year. 2024 this year, but on that collar. We'll freshen it up.
Got to be careful nobody try to take it from me. This way? Put this right here. Get that for you. I'm going to take a picture of this. Okay, so we're going to start. You can start right here, and I'll pass you off to everybody else. All right. Here we go. Big smile. Right around the trophy. Perfect. Awesome. Now, everybody else.
underdog who grew up a garage kid and mechanic. My family didn't even want me to go to college. Somehow, yeah, president of this place talking to you. So
Yes, sir.
inspiring.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Many, many more, my friend.
Yes, sir.
I think we need one more for track house.
Brown on his throws.
That's why I got to keep it, Drew. You let me know. Make sure he's all right. Hey, one more?
Yes, sir.
My bad.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Absolutely. No, Bluebird, which is one of the ones that broke the speed record on the beaches here.
My pleasure.
We're behind. We've got